are running overlapping, pick them up, visit it. But trust will be you lot to have common sense enough to talk to each other, which is the next thing I'm going to move on to. Communication is key. Last week was the first time in ages where I actually saw a bag you lot talking. Right? I shouldn't give credit for like when the postman delivers the post type of thing, but you know what I'm saying? I give credit where it's due type of thing. So let's just talk to each other, because in training everyone's loud. Everyone talks to each other, everyone busts jokes, but on the pitch, everyone's Mickey Mouse. Yeah? So let's just continue what we did with last week. Man on shoulders. I got two basic things. They're literally 3-word sentences. They're not difficult. We all speak English, we're all grown. We all play football at a decent level. Yeah? Trust your teammate and bounce off them. Consistent ball hugging, right? Or losing your head. I've got fantastic subs on the bench, right? And they're ready to come up. They will come up. Not shooting. I'm going to go with Harvey on the left, right? Musa on the right. And then I'm going to go with left free kick Chris, right? And I'm going to go with right free kick only because you're left foot. Penalties, yeah? So my two penalty kick takers are Paris. I'm going to do Man United here, right? Yeah? Are Paris and you, right? I'm going to get a lot now. Come on, side. I'm going to do a soul shot, you get me? Yes.
Game today against the team that we've been following for a while now, Imperial Wharf FC, and an exciting return to the team with quite a few players coming back from their pre-season camps and holidays, etc. We had the return of Kalen, been sorely missed at the back, I think you would agree.
Yep, definitely, along with H.
Along with H, and also Chris, his blistering pace.
Best start for Paris as well.
Yeah, exciting start for Paris.
Yeah.
In that false nine role. It was pretty much the strongest lineup we've fielded all summer. I think you agree, all pre-season.
By far.
But probably I'll go as far to say in the last 6 to 8 weeks,
yeah,
our strongest lineup. With the exception of Moss, it was a very, very strong squad. So we were very confident going into that game.
Regardless of the last few games that we've had.
And regardless of the opposition we were going to face, with the greatest respect.
I mean, it was one of those big games. You can't really afford to not have a good result against a team like this.
So it was definitely a game which we had to ensure that we put a statement of clear intent and end pre-season on a very high note. Considering the fact that this was our strongest lineup in, like I said, 6 to 8 weeks.
I think from kickoff you could see that we were very confident at the back. In, let's say, the first 20-30 minutes or so, the opposition didn't really have any great chances. And yeah, we showed straight away that we were in it to win it.
Yeah, exactly what you were saying. The fact that Paris was playing in a false nine, it enabled us to have a 4v3 situation, an advantage in the midfield, whilst having Musa and Chris on the wings being our focal points. It allowed them a lot of freedom in the final third, and I feel like they really interchanged really well and were a havoc to the defensive back line.
Quite a few good tackles.
Solid tackles.
Twice, I think. Once he almost got outpaced. Brilliant slide tackle to win the ball back, and another one where I could just sort of see it coming.
Classic Vinnie Jones,
yeah.
smoky. Smoky.
Yeah. Typical Momo
Textbook.
tackle.
The fact that obviously the return of KP, the pairing between KP and Momo, you could see it instantly. Yeah. And having H and Meadow on either side was just an absolute bonus, with Mikel screening in front of them.
Yeah.
It was an absolute pleasure.
The goals that we scored in this game, absolutely crazy. If there was ever a time for the players to pull out their worldy goals, this was the one. And yeah, some of the goals were just unbelievable.
Superb, absolutely superb. Ball comes in, AP's in the box.
Ducks down. Here's the call from Mikel.
Mikel sets himself. Get your knee over the ball, son. Get your knee over the ball.
It took me a while to see that one went in.
Oh my days.
I stood there for a second. I was like, did that? Everyone started shouting. I was like, mate,
it seemed like ages, didn't it?
That was a brilliant goal.
Absolute cracking finish.
Harvey got 2 as well.
I think it was Harvey's, the first goal or the second goal he scored, where he was on the left flank and he took a touch to set himself and he bent it into the goalkeeper's corner. Yeah. Absolutely top finish.
Yeah, we've seen him try it time and time again in matches, and yeah, it was brilliant to see him pull it off this game.
Absolutely brilliant. The back four we had fielded on the day was very strong chemistry-wise and also on the physicality side as well. And having Mikel in front of them, I really don't recall them really having much to do for large portions of the game. I think, with the greatest respect and credit to the other team, I think they only probably troubled us a few times the whole game.
Yeah, I mean, the midfield was pretty solid. Even a few of our players like Jermaine, I saw him dropping back a few times. They were more than happy to drop back and start from the back.
Harvey, powerhouse. Jermaine, powerhouse. Mikel, powerhouse. Yeah, definitely.
Because you lot are actually playing special football. You lot are going ham. I cannot fault anybody. From 1 to 11, I cannot fault nobody. One thing I will say is let's see me touch this ball. Let's try and work on ourselves and improve. Yeah? So let's work on. We're doing it really well. See, a large part of the game where we're bouncing. Perfect example was KP, where you shouted him out, he ducked, and you hit the ball. Communication. Shit. And Musa and H are doing it a lot, you know, on that side. Back four talking to each other constantly. Midfield and linking up. So you are doing it. Let's just try and limit it to 4 touches.
Supposed to have referees and linos. Unfortunately, all 3 of them dropped out. So we had to sort of make it up on the spot and
Improvise.
yeah.
The gaffer of the other team, Louis, literally said to me, look, he's been let down by the officials. Do we have anybody that can official the game? Luckily, we had one of our players. So it was a really unbiased performance from Naj, so you know what, credit to him. I didn't hear the other team moan once about any of the decisions which he made. He made really, really good calls, considering the fact that he's not an official.
Yeah.
So hats off to him, top performance.
Yeah, I mean, to make it easier for him, the game was pretty straightforward and quite smooth flowing. It wasn't one of those dirty games where there's a lot of fouls and a lot of questionable decisions. So yeah, I guess he steps up at the right time, and yeah, the game was pretty good.
pairing of Jermaine and Harvey, who I really think had a top performance.
Yeah. I think that's where, I think for me, where Jermaine really started to shine at first.
Really shine.
Since that game, I think he's just gone on from strength to strength.
Absolutely. And obviously, the fact that we've had a poor pre-season is probably the only reason why he hasn't got a man of the match.
Along with Paris as well, I think Paris is a real menace. He terrorised a lot of their players, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe one of their players actually quit and walked off the pitch. So yeah, I mean, when you've got those three in the attacking force, very dangerous outlook.
We were off the blocks very quickly, scored a few early goals. Musa and Chris on the wings were our focal points. Paris in a false nine, obviously causing havoc, dropping in, turning it into a numerical advantage, 4v3, and which enabled the centre midfield pairing of Jermaine and Harvey to roam around and be a menace, supporting Musa and Chris. And that's where a lot of our goals really came from. Musa direct coming in off the right, Chris direct, Flary coming in off the left. Musa as well scored a good few goals. The only thing I'll knock the boys for was the fact that the first half was so electrifying, and we went 5-1 up. Shouldn't have conceded the goal that we conceded.
No.
Complacency. And in the second half, we only scored a goal.
Yeah, I mean, if you were to break that up into two, in the second part of the game, we only scored 1 goal, which for me wasn't the greatest of signs. Was it a sign of maybe the boys getting lethargic or
Complacent.
Yeah, just a little bit disappointing from that point of view.
Yeah, should have went for the juggler. That's the only thing I could probably fault from a very, very, very good performance.
Yeah. Omar came on as well, had a few good chances. Very unfortunate to not score.
Very unfortunate. Very positive as soon as he came on as well. Did really have an impact in the game, which was great to see. Sometimes it does take a little while for you to get used to the tempo of a game coming on, but he was really off the blocks from the get-go, so it was credit to him.
Yeah. I mean, looking into the game, who would you say your favourite or man of the match was for this game?
I remember we were talking about this the other day.
It's a difficult one.
It is really tough, because I cannot actually, for once, I cannot fault anybody in the squad. Even the players that come off the bench had a very decent performance.
I'll be honest with you, I can't pick a man of the match for this game. The goals scored were brilliant. The players all worked their socks off. I'm going to have to leave it for the viewers, to be honest. I personally can't pick a man of the match.
Neither can I. Absolutely tough. The defenders done their job. The goalkeeper did his job. And it was his debut game as well.
Yeah.
The wingers done their job. Midfield were just powerhouses covering every blade of grass. Very tough. I think that everybody on the pitch was probably a man of the match, including the rest of the squad. When they came on, there was instant impacts. Omar, for example, got into the tempo of the game really quickly. Yeah. Same way with Liam and same way with Mahad.
Yeah. I think Imperial Wharf were a great team. They're very respectful.
Lovely gaffer.
Yeah.
Lovely gaffer. Got a lot of time for Louis.
Yeah.
He knows that.
I mean, guys, be sure to check out their video as well. We'll put the link in the description. Again, yeah, another team that I think is going places. They'll attract the right players, and I'm sure they'll go from strength to strength as well.
They've got lovely home ground as well in Rainers Lane. Great hosts.
Mate, if I could play there every week, I would.
Absolute great hosts. Absolute lovely bunch of lads as well. Got a lot of time for them.
Guys, be sure to subscribe. We will be posting a lot more regularly as well, so keep tuned and keep up to date with our videos. If you're not following us on Instagram, be sure to follow us on that as well.
All feedback would be appreciated. We're a new team. We've come a long way in a short space of time, but we're nowhere where we want to be. That's the most important thing, right? Just trying to provide a platform for the youth and provide them another avenue.
And that's exactly it. A lot of these players are under 20, so you know, we do it for them. We try to get them to far places.